Hey guys, so figure I'd do a review of my cheap enclosed trailer. It's a Deep South, Texas. I picked it up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ended up flying in there, picked up a truck, then went picked this up and picked up a car and drove it back to central Wisconsin. Paid $8,000 for it. Back in 23, end of May 23. It's an 8.5 by 20 plus the V with 5,200 pound axles, 7 foot interior height. I think the door opening's six or something like that. But just wanted to give a review. I drove this thing from Tulsa, Oklahoma to Wisconsin, then all the way out to Glenwood Springs, Colorado, then back to Wisconsin, then across the state several times, and then even down to North Carolina and back, all within the last year. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Besides, right away is this panel issue, as you guys are seeing. Pretty much the warranty thing was just kind of useless. I contacted the dealer. They told me to contact the place in Texas, but it's actually out of Georgia. But wasn't really any much help. The dealer did, explain, these are cheap trailers, which I understand, and I'm sure they weren't going to fix it because I'm 12 hours away, and then, it seems like dealers like to do that. I mean, I would have been happy if they just sent me a panel, trying to get that figured out, overall, and so, yeah, I don't really know what happened. I don't know if the thing was too long and it heat up and contract. It just did this on the last trip. Went 5 hours one way and then happened the last 4 hours on a trip I did. But it made it back home the other 3 when I had to rush home for something. But overall, I've been pretty happy with it. It's a cheap trailer. Unless you're spending double the price, I don't really know what you expect. So, 2 and 5/16 ball. It's nice. I think it was a Bulldog hitch or however it is. Nice, easy to use. They welded the jack on. Not that great. Whatever. I don't really care. It gets you fucking used. The only thing I don't like, wish they would have put the trailer brake battery on the inside. I added these. Don't want to try that out. Welds, not the greatest. And some of the stuff, will come under here. One issue I had was kind of the paint. So I did one trip, when I did that trip to North Carolina, it was winter time. I don't usually like driving my stuff in winter, but helped move a friend down. And, well, it basically washed the paint off the trailer is all. LED lights are pretty nice on here. That's one good thing I have to say. I think on that trip back from Tulsa, I smoked some sort of animal and kind of just dented this. Probably pull out a plunger. Then I just had one other that just popped out. I don't really know what went on with that. Doors are pretty nice. The back door is sealed. The seal on top, I think, leaks. I want to replace that. But it's been good. The tension on the wires could have been changed, but I ended up losing one or taking one off while I was moving because I moved 3 times within the last year. So the inside is nice. When I added, the paint still felt very tacky on the wheel wells and stuff. But is what it is. What I was expecting. I got all the Scotch things for the lights. I mean, they work good. Well, I ended up doing this for just some power in here. With that, the panel was already broken before I added that, so you can't blame me on that. Couple things I like. Has a dovetail in the back with the ramp. really super easy to load stuff in when you need to. The lights are kind of cool. I wish they would come on a switch. They're super freaking bright in here. It's like a freaking workshop. I actually kind of want to turn this into a workshop in wintertime compared to heating my garage. But I wish, because it has to be hooked up to the truck. I could wire it in a different way. But yeah, I just wish I had a switch on it for that. And you can take a look at some of the welds on it. I mean, these ones aren't too bad. Yeah, it's kind of crusty in here. They burned through that a little bit on there. But, I mean, what do you expect? It's a cheap trailer, and I got it at a dealership. Because my brother, before COVID, we picked up a 28-footer plus the V. Same spec, 5,200 pound axles, 8.5 wide, for $5,000. Picked that up down in Fitzgerald, Georgia. But I kind of needed this. Yeah, I'd have to redo this, but I haven't. It works for now. You got a couple vents down on the floor. Well, one on the floor, one up top here, and it works. I put AC in here. I got a hole in the floor. I gotta fix that a little better. Floor, I got an indoor AC unit. Kept it nice. And then I had that little heater in here. I got down to like 45 one of the nights. I was kind of camping with a couple buddies the other week, and just turned that on, and even just on low, it kept it pretty decent in here. But only other issue too I had was wiring broke on the axle, or at the axles. I don't really know what happened. I'm not gonna lay in the dirt, but it almost looked like the frickin' axles pinched the wires up in there, because you could see exactly where it's broken on it. Tires, I mean, I can't complain. Everybody complains cheap tires on stuff. You should upgrade them first. I mean, like I said, I drove, from Wisconsin or Oklahoma to Wisconsin, to Colorado, back to Wisconsin, across the state several times, and then down in North Carolina and back. And the only issue I really had is not this, is this axle specifically, but is wearing a little bit more on the inside. I'll bring you around. But, I mean, I was happy with the tires so far. I think it's mostly if you let them sit, let them get old, but yeah, that's what I've heard, is that all their cheap tires, and you should probably replace them. Well, as long as they don't wreck anything. Not sure if you can tell, but a little bit more wool on this side. So I just swapped it over to here, see if that works or not. But just figured if you guys were questioning, I picked this up at Family Garden Trailers in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're pretty helpful overall. I don't know. I'd buy it again. I think paid $8,000 for it. It's a trailer I wanted. I wanted an enclosed trailer, and just to move, I kind of wanted one instead of trying to do a U-Haul or any other thing. So, you guys are on the fence about it, and you look it up. I mean, they're real honest about it. It's a cheap trailer. I looked at reviews, not the greatest, but I mean, I can't complain if I drove it how many thousands of miles, and all I really had is this one panel. It caused me an issue, and I think that's about it. Well, you guys have a good one.